This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so give me just a minute to save this and create the folder structure. This is July 2020. So everything is 2020 this year. All right, and let's have it. This is day 1 underscore, what is today's date? It is July 8th. So every day, whatever sorry. Every day, whatever we see, we will put that information in these folders, and this information will be shared to your drives. And so let's save this file as well. So this is, just put this so it comes to the top. All right. So welcome to the day 1 of Tableau sessions. And so before we start the Tableau sessions and download installation, so just a theoretical one, when did Tableau started in the market and when did it saw the first success in the market? This is really useful for people who claim experience, because you have to put the correct version numbers in your resumes as well. So Tableau was uh, released in the market before 2008 as well, but so there were many versions where they were working internally, but the first version which was released is in 2008 with the version Tableau 4. And so it was like many people started using Tableau, but it was not of great success when they initially started using that. But after 2008, and they released 5, even then it did not click a lot. 6 also did not click a lot. After 7, so whatever they got the features which are coming up from the customers or different clients, so they group them and they have released the Tableau version 8, so which is the first successful version. So Tableau saw its success in 2013 with the version 8. So this is the very successful version for Tableau. And from this version, so there's no looking back, and they started improving things gradually, and we have got like very beautiful features from 8. So this is another version where they have introduced very good concepts in Tableau, and we'll talk about that. What are they? So we call them as LODs, the name of the concept, but a very useful one to do a very good analysis here. And so from Tableau version 8, so remember it has got success in the market, and slowly people started using Tableau because of its performance, because of its ease, and very simple to use, so that companies don't have to invest a lot in trainings. And currently we are in 2018, sorry, in 2020, but after 2016 they stopped renaming Tableau, like with the version numbers 10, 11, 12. No, they did not do that, because every software, so they started using the versions based on the year format only. So in 2018, so they released a Tableau 2018 and 19 like this, and now we are using Tableau 2020. Right, so from 10 onwards, so there is no 11, 12, 13, so just keep an eye on that. And so those who are claiming 3.5 years, 4 years, 6 years experience, so based on these numbers, so you have to keep the versions correctly in your resumes. Right, don't say I'm working from Tableau 8 and just say I have 2 years of experience, isn't it? So this doesn't match. So be very careful with the numbering system as well. All right, so we have got many versions here. And so one more point here. So the numbering system will be like the major dot minor dot hotfix or service packs. So what are these three things? Any softwares which you see there, you will have the versioning in this format. So if it is a major version, so they will use something like this. Let's say 2020 dot. I'm releasing a minor version, so 1 dot. So you are releasing any service packs or the hot fixes, then they will again provide some numbering system like this. So this is the version number of any software. So they will follow this standard major dot minor dot hotfix or service packs. Right. So keep an eye on the versioning system as well. So when we download anything from internet. Okay. So some information about the previous versions of Tableau, and this is where Tableau got its success from 2013. So don't claim over more than 7 years of experience in Tableau. So then it clearly says that you are a fake candidate. Okay, so now let's look at how to download Tableau from internet. Is it the free version or is it the licensed version? Let's take a look. All right, so the first thing here, what we are trying to see is how to download Tableau. Which component? So it is desktop. The first component we will try to understand about Tableau desktop. So how to download this? So very simple. Let's go to Google here, and let's say here google.com, and the simple thing, so just try here download Tableau. So just say here download Tableau, enter. It will automatically take you to the Tableau website, and this is the website for Tableau, the official website, tableau.com. So click on the first link here, so which you have download Tableau desktop. Okay, so this is a direct link. So if you want to use this, you can definitely use this here. So this is a direct link for Tableau. Okay, now let's see here. It's a 14 days trial period. So that means it is not free for you. So what should I do once my 14 days trial period is finished? All right, that's a good question. We will see the answer very soon. So, but remember, for now, it is a trial period and it is not free. It is a commercial version. And the next thing is you have to type your email. It says a business email, but no need to worry. Just give your Gmail accounts or any valid email account and click on this link, download free trial. Now we might get a question, which version will it download? All right, so which version will it download if I click on this link? So it will download the latest version, whatever version it is available. So it will download the latest version of Tableau. All right, let's click on that. Let's click on this. I gave my email ID. So let's click on this here. wait for a second so it starts downloading. Right, so you can see that it is getting downloaded here. So which version we are downloading? Tableau Desktop 64-bit. Make sure your systems are of 64-bit. If anyone is using the old version of your operating systems, they might be on 32-bit. So how do you verify very quickly? Is it a 64-bit machine or a 32-bit machine? So how do you quickly validate it? I don't think I need to show that, but very quick thing. I'll show that. Right click on this PC and go to properties, and you can check your system information here. So this is your processor, this is your RAM, and system type is 64-bit. Okay, so keep an eye on this. We'll come to this very quickly now. So make sure you are on 64-bit. That's one thing. And let's click on save here. And while it downloads, let's come back to the notepad. And what are my minimum system requirements? So can I download Tableau anywhere? And how do I work with it? So which configurations works? What is the recommended one? What is the minimum one? What is the recommended one? Okay, let's take a look at it. So the minimum system requirements are, so this is for Windows, and you can also install on Mac operating systems as well. So Tableau can be installed on Windows as well as on Mac operating systems. So if you're on Windows, so make sure you are having at least 2 GB of RAM. Okay, 2 GB is very small, but remember this is a minimum requirement here. So if you have 2 GB of RAM, you can install Tableau. But here recommended is, if you want to work without getting stuck anywhere, then 8 GB. So people say 4 GB is also fine, but personal recommendation will start from 8 GB, or you can go above as well. 4 GB will also work, there is no problem at all, but 8 GB is the very best suited one, because if you connect it to the databases in your machine, if you install database, if you install different versions of Tableau, then you will find some slowness. But if you're on 8 GB, then it's absolutely fine. All right, so this is a minimum recommendation for RAM. And what is an operating system? So what is a minimum operating system you should have? So you should have Windows 7 and above. So don't install on Windows 98 operating system. So you should be on Windows 7 and above, and which I believe now everyone will be on either Windows 8 or 8.1, or maybe you are on 10 operating systems, right? But 7 also works fine. But make sure you are on 64-bit only. In the previous olden days, we used to get 32-bit, and now we have everywhere we have 64. What is a quick difference between 32-bit and 64-bit? What is the difference? Difference is in terms of the storage. So everything it converts into the binary formats. So zeros and ones, so it stores in a 32 boxes in the old 32-bit, and 64-bit it stores the data in 64 boxes. Maybe everyone knows about it, but I'm not going very deep into this. So minimum recommendation is 64-bit. Right. And the disk space, how much I should have. So you should have at least, it says 2 GB, 1.5 to 2 GB. So you should have at least this much of free space here. So this is free disk space in your C drives. But here the recommended is have at least 10 to 15 GB of free space. Right? You can still work with it. There's no problem. But recommended is 10 to 15 GB. So it will be very quick, very fast, because Tableau uses in-memory technology. So keep your C drive little free, and then you see the good performance. Okay, so these are the minimum recommendations. And if you are on Mac operating system, make sure you are using the operating system above 10.5. So you should be using above 10.5 Mac iOS operating system. All right, so this is iOS. All right, and RAM and this one, so it is almost same for everything. But the performance even in Mac is very good, even if you have less disk space. So it works very fine. Okay, these are the minimum requirements. Now you can cross-check with your system's requirements there. And now we have downloaded the latest version. When I use this URL, I got the latest version. Let's see where it got saved. Okay, observe the format of the file name. So this is application name 64-bit, and the major version, minor, and the service packs are the hard packs. Okay, now I got a question. Can we download old versions of Tableau? I want to download 19. I want to download 18 because I want to see how it was, because I'm claiming experience that I worked on previous versions as well. So can I download previous versions of Tableau? And if so, how can I download? Yes, that's a very good question. How can you download it? So we should have the URL here. This is the URL. So where to download the previous versions of Tableau Desktop. Previous versions of Tableau Desktop. So just use this URL and let's see what are the versions where I can download it. Copy this and place it here. All right, now you can see this is the page where you can download different previous versions as well. So these are the different versions available, and there is no link for 8.0 because they have removed from this list, but you can still get it from Google, the old versions. So you have like many versions for each major version. All right, so which one should I download? So I would say, for your practice purpose, download at least 2 to 3 previous versions. So can I have more than one version installed in one PC? Yes, definitely. You can install more than one version of Tableau Desktop. So the recommendation is here to download at least 2 to 3 previous versions. So download one version of 2019, download one version of 2018, and download one version of 10.5. Just click on this link, so it takes you to that page, and click on this here, download Tableau Desktop. All right, and once you download them, install them on your PC. So if you observe here on the desktop, so I have got different versions available: 8.3, then 18, 2019, and in 19 I have got 3 versions, and then 2020.1 and I have 2020.2 as well. So you can download more than one version, so that is not a problem. But every version has a trial period of only 14 days. All right, so download at least two to three different versions. Okay, so here I'll take a quick pass to see if you have got any questions till now. So any questions on anything till now? You can speak up or you can put it on the chat window. Anything is fine. Excellent. All right, so we have the latest version available, and let's start installing Tableau Desktop. Before installation, let me just change something here because we have already the old versions. So let me just do some small thing here. So let's rename this. Don't worry about this, what I'm doing, because you will not see this in your machines because I already have this. So I'm just trying to change something. Okay, so let's start installing the file. So where did we download? It's in the download section, and this is a file. So it's a good practice, always run as the administrator in your local machine. So you are the admin, so that doesn't matter here. So click on okay. So we are trying to install the latest version of Tableau Desktop. Let's see how much time it really takes. Okay, so this is the first screen which we get. Click on it. I have read the license agreement and click on install button. Right, so I have to give some admin privileges. So I gave that. So looking at the chat window, what are the changes between 18, 19, 20? There are a few changes here in terms of the new features getting added in 18, 19, and 20. So feature wise, there will be the difference, and to see that exactly what is the difference, so whatever task we do here, so repeat the same task in the previous versions. So there you will see the difference. So is it the same menu? Is it the same way we click on the items? And is there any other change? So you will definitely get to know when you compare any of the menus which we see in the latest version. We don't find them in previous versions. So is Tableau has future? Okay, it's an interesting question. So if you are willing to work with the data, if your zeal is to dig the data and find out what is the insight of the data, yes, definitely this is a very good tool for the future. And if you are not interested in data, then so it's better, so don't take this course. But yes, the tool wise, it has got a brilliant in terms of the feature wise and the usage wise, and the number of companies using Tableau is very high. And we have got other tools as well competing with the Tableau, which is a Power BI, the Microsoft tool. So both are competing to each other, and so Tableau and Power BI are the leading BI tools in the market. So compared to Tableau, Power BI is a little difficult to learn and understand because you need to be very strong in SQL concepts. But Tableau says you don't need to know anything about SQL. But if you know SQL, that's very, very good advantage. Okay, so I'll answer the questions while it is installing. And is any relationship between MSBI tools and Tableau? Yeah, it's like very similar things, what you see in MSBI, but the usage wise, it is very easy with more advanced features. So Tableau has got a very good command in terms of the feature wise compared to MSBI. And the next question, can we survive by knowing only Tableau? I would say definitely no. Sorry to disappoint, but answer is no, only Tableau. So I would say it's very less chances here because the market is very competitive. So you have to definitely know more than Tableau. So what happens before Tableau, what happens after Tableau, and any other technologies would definitely help you there. The different other technologies are, so understand the database concepts, understand the data retrieval from different sources. And so if you are good in Tableau, then try to learn other technology as well, like Power BI, with at least two technologies. With at least two technologies, you should be able to be stand very good in the market and complete one certification as well. Without certification, it's all, I would say, you stand very last in the queue. So have at least 2 to 3 things. Salary wise, it's very, very nice in the market. And in the institute itself, we have a person with just 2 years of experience. He got 16 lakhs package. It's very high, and not everyone will get that. Uh, but that's the market where it stands. And don't expect everyone. So 2 lakhs, 16 lakhs package, 2 years. No, he has got very good skills, command over the data. The average salaries, you can just multiply the number with 1.8, number of years of experience multiplied by 1.8. That's the index which we use when hiring any people. Ranges from 1.5 to 2. On an average, we take 1.8. So if you put 3 years of experience multiplied by 1.8, average person's salary is that. It's only Tableau. So no, I would say answer is no. So learn at least a couple of more technologies. Definitely put you in a very good position. Right? So might disappoint you, only Tableau, no, but 50% only Tableau. So increase the percent. Okay, is SQL needed for Tableau? For Tableau, SQL is not needed, but to crack the interviews and to work with some real-time projects and to showcase your skills, then SQL is needed. But to learn Tableau, SQL is not needed. But to get a job, to work with Tableau, yeah, SQL is needed. And we'll talk about that, the 3 to 4 classes in SQL. So I'll share you, maybe after a week, you can parallelly start SQL. So what is needed? And I'll keep the topics so you can just brush up them and be ready when we discuss them again. Not complete SQL is needed again, only few topics. Tableau uses for data science? Yes. So every data science technology, so Tableau is used in that because this is a very easy tool, and anywhere you go, if you talk about data science, then Tableau comes first. Tableau is one small module in data science, so it helps you even there. And next question, any technology suggestion to learn with Tableau? Yeah, I'll tell you. So learn the ETL tools. You can learn SSIS or informatic. Then learn one database. That's more than enough. And if you learn Python, combinations are very rare. So even that puts you a very unique demand in the market. Any technology suggestions? Yeah, we just did that. So learn some ETL tools and the databases, and the Python is one very good skill. And also there is an language which is used for the statistics. So even that is a plus here. I listed out the different technologies. I list out in the notepad. Will I teach SQL Server? Okay, will you teach SQL Server? Yeah, we will see SQL Server, but not in detail. I'll just cover what is needed from interview point of view. So we'll cover them in 3 to 4 classes from installation, and the topics would be very limited, what is needed for Tableau. So we'll talk about SQL Server 3 to 4 days. And yeah, I see the list of questions. Okay, so to quickly put the list of technologies which you can definitely learn, but it is not mandatory, but it is recommended. Technologies which you can focus on, I would say learn one database. So this helps you as long as you are in the market. ETL tools, if it is possible for you. This is not mandatory, but I would say database, it's a very good skill for every person in whatever domain he's working on. Should know about database. And I will keep this here in the end. You can learn Python or you can learn our language. So this is the statistical programming language. I don't know how many teachers are, and you can integrate Tableau with Python, and you can integrate with R as well. So these are recommendations, and I would say keep the first priority for database, and you can ignore them, or you can just get on them and try to see what happens here. Okay, and yeah, best combination with the Tableau is database. This is a evergreen demand. So this is a best combination, I would say. And if you want the more than, so combine these two things, ETL tools and the database and SQL. You should definitely get a call within hours you upload your resume. If you put all the three, it's a hot cake in the market. All right, so how many days it will take to complete the course? So it's 2.5 months is what we are taking. Okay, so let's come back to where we stopped here. So we have installed a Tableau, and this is the screen which opened automatically. Excellent. So now let's take a look at the different screens here. So the left side one is the connectivity to different systems. So you can have your data in the server. It can be a Tableau server or different servers, something you see here, to a server. And Tableau server is different, and these servers are different. These are the databases here. And these are the file systems. So you can have your data in different files. So you can connect it to only these files. Now click on more, and we'll see like different files you can have here, the extensions. All right, so other than that, so let's maximize this and click on more here, and you can find that these are the different databases it can connect to. So it should be somewhere around 45 plus databases which we can connect from Tableau. You can connect to SAP systems, you can connect to cloud systems, you can connect to servers like Oracle, SQL, Amazon, and you have got different cloud systems as well. And these are the different servers which you can connect from Tableau here. So this is one reason why Tableau is very much used in the market. Okay, so these are all file systems, these are all servers, and these are the different files, and this is the servers. So that means the first left side is the connectivity to different files here, and the second screen is what are the reports which you are generating, which you generated, that will be stored here. So this is like the recent files which you worked on, so we can have that list here. And the right side part is like the help which is available in Tableau. So you can go through the help documents and just click on that. It tells you like where is the documents, and it browses through the list of topics you have, and you can get the information from this part. So this is divided into three things here: connectivity, and then the recent files, and then the online help available here. Okay, so this is the very first screen which we have here. Excellent. So now let's see what we can do here. Okay, now before going to start connecting to any file systems, when you install Tableau, what happens? That means what are the folders which it creates? Very important one. This is the interview point of view. So we will put all the interview related questions as well in this notepad. Interview questions. All right, so from day one, we will add every interview question from this in this notepad here. So the first question here is, what are the folders which gets created when you install Tableau Desktop? It's a very straightforward question, so don't expect this question from the interview. And you can have this in another way, like what is my Tableau repository? So you might get this question in this way as well. Okay. Let's take a look here. What is my Tableau repository, or what are the folders which gets created when you install Tableau Desktop? Let's go to the file and click on my documents here. So click on my documents. It will be there in every system. And take a look here. This is the folder which gets created in Tableau. So when you install Tableau, then it gets created, and Tableau creates this folder which is my Tableau repository. Meaning of repository is it's like a storage location. Open this file and let's see what we have. These are the different folders we have. So we have to remember most of these folders, because every day what we work, so we will use these folders here. So you have to remember these folders as well. So what it contains, and what are the different folders you have, and which folders you worked on. So we have to explain them when we get this question. So what is my Tableau repository? It is a folder where it contains our day-to-day work in Tableau. All right, so one simple answer here is it is a default folder which gets created when we install Tableau, and our day-to-day work will be stored in these folders only. All right, So just a very quick answer for this, but we can elaborate it once we understand these folders. Why do we use them? Okay, so this is one step here. All right, now let's go to Tableau Desktop and let's have one small file. We'll create a small file. So Notepad. I'm trying to create a small data in this Notepad. Let's say I have the products, I have the sales, I have the profits. And let's say this is product A. I sold 1,000 items. I got some 350 as the profit, very less profit. And just take some random numbers. Then product C, and then take some numbers. So it cannot be in only ascending or descending order. Let's say this is some number. Let's save this file. So this is the data, isn't it? So where do I store this data? All right. So if you are working on any data, then it is always recommended to save that data information in this folder, data sources. Okay, so what is there in this data sources folder? Let's take a look. Open this folder and you can see that we installed 2020. Open that, and this is the language. That's fine. Open that. What are these files here? These are the files which are provided by Tableau by default. So these files contains data. So the data where we can practice our every day-to-day sessions, and the data is now stored in different formats. So if you see that the first file is having the extension TDS, second file is XLS, and another file is Hyper. So Tableau gives us some default files where we can connect and where we can work with those files. So we'll see here what is these extensions. So .tds, .hyper, I only know XLS means Excel file. Yes, but along with Excel, we have got something different file formats as well. All right, so that means Tableau provides some default files to practice. That's number one. But here I'm creating a file and I want to save that file. Yeah, definitely you can have your own file systems. So I'll just try to save them in, let's go to documents, my Tableau repository, then data sources. So directly I'm saving this here. Let's say some sample data. And what is the file format? We have the data in the text file here. Very good. So can I connect it to the text file here? Okay, let's see the different file connections. How do we connect it from Tableau? So you can keep this open, that doesn't matter. And now you want to connect to the text file. So come to here and look at this option, text file. So click on that. So yes, I want to connect to the text file. Automatically, Tableau takes you to this folder where you have installed Tableau Desktop, and it goes to repository, it goes to data sources folder. Right, I want to connect to this file and just say open. Okay, so this is the screen where I'm looking at. So once I connect to the text file, this is the data which I have in the text file. All right, so I can connect to the text file. Very nice. And how to connect to Excel files? Let's say I have data in my Excel file. So how do I connect it? Okay, if you have data in Excel file, so how to go back to the previous screen? So there is a button here. So there is a Tableau icon. So click on that. So it takes you to this screen. And click on this icon again. So it takes you to the previous screen again. So what we saw. Now I don't want to connect to text file. I want to connect it to some other file system. Let's say Excel file. Okay, if you have Excel and if you have data in Excel, click on Excel, and again it takes you to the same folder, data sources. You might not get archive in the first install. When you get this folder is when you install more than one version of Tableau, then you will get this archive folder. So go to your version which you installed and go to this folder. You will find the sample data which we have, and let's open that here. So I'm trying to open Excel file manually to see like what is the data I have. Okay, now I can see a lot of data, but observe these things here. So we have got 3 different sheets in an Excel file. So Tableau considers each sheet as one table. So remember this. This is a very important point. So you have 3 sheets. That means when you connect Excel file from Tableau, then it treats each sheet as each table. All right, so we have 3 sheets here. Just remember that point. And I can see it like I have so many number of rows and so many number of columns. So what is the last row I have? Then hit Control down arrow. Okay, so I have got 9,994. Maybe I can say 10,000 rows. This is a very good data for us to work with the Tableau throughout the course. This is a very good data we have. So we will use this data for our day-to-day sessions here. Very nice. So let's go to sheet number 2. Oh, only 4 records. Fine. Let's go to another sheet. Okay, so here I have again so many rows here. I have got 800 rows here. So Excel has a sheets, and every sheet is considered as a table in Tableau. Right, let's connect this to Tableau here. So I'm just selecting that file and say open. Okay, so now observe this is a screen which we got. Now let's focus on this here. So if you open Excel, where is that Excel file? And so we had 3 sheets, isn't it? Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Every sheet is considered as one table here. Right? You can see that that is how Tableau understands. So we have got 3 tables now in Tableau, and Tableau is all about the drag and drop. Only thing available in Tableau is drag and drop. So the first drag and drop is starting from this session. So if you want to get the data here, so take this table and release that in this area. Okay, so it is trying to read data and it's trying to display now here. This is the data what you have, and how many rows it is showing here? Only 1,000. But how many rows we had in this file? So it is somewhere around 10,000. So do we have a limitation? Oh, day 1 only we are talking about limitation? No, so it doesn't have any limitation. Just for display purpose it is showing only 1,000 rows here. Now I want to see all the rows here. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible, definitely possible. But I don't know how many rows are there. So what can I do here? Yes, the simple trick here is make use of this box here. Currently it is showing only 1,000 rows, and just click on this here and type here the biggest number you ever know. So I'm typing 999999. So type it as long as it takes 9s or 8s. You can type any number. I said the biggest number, and just hit enter button. So wait for it, and you can see now the total number of records I have is 9,994. And if I scroll it, can I see them now? Yes, you can definitely see all the records. But just for the display purpose, it is displaying only 1,000 records here, because this is the very first screen, just the sample wise. So how your data is and what is the number of columns you have. So Tableau considers only 1,000, but now you have 10,000 records. All right. Now I want to remove this table here. I want to see another table. So click on this drop down and say remove. Now drag the second table into this. Okay, only 2 columns here. Very nice. All right, so that way you can just see what data you have in the tables here without opening Excel also. You can just see the data and what it is, how many number of columns you have. Just a very brief idea, but you cannot do anything here on the screen. The other things on the screen is this is the name of your file, but we can always change the name here. So let's say this is the sample data we have. So I can change the name of the data page as well. So I can really do that. And so once I have the table here, what should I do next? All right, so what should you do next here is we need to understand step by step. So what is that here is, what is the type of connection you are maintaining? We have two types of connections. It is a live and extract. And what is the default one? It is a live connection. So again, this will be a very basic telephonic HR round questions. What did I say? HR round? Yeah, even HRs are also asking questions nowadays. So here the second question is, what are the connection types in Tableau and what is the default one? So in Tableau, we can have two connections here. So we have two types of connections. So what is meant by connection? So how you are maintaining that? So the first one is a live connection. If you are watching a live cricket match, if you are watching a live movie which is playing, so you are getting the data as and when it happens. And the other one is extract connection. All right, so we have two things here, but which is the default one? This is the default one. Very nice. Just the names, but we have to really dig into this here. What is a live connection? What is the extract connection? And what are the differences here? Can I change from live to extract, extract to live? And how do we get the updated data? And how do I see the updated data? If I modify the data, will I see that? And if I delete any record once I connect it, so will I see that deleted information, updated information, modified, or any new record which I'm inserting? So how do I see frequently and what should I do? All right, so there are many things which we have to discuss. So we will see all that information in the next session. So that means we will stop it here for today and we will continue tomorrow with the topic. So tomorrow's topic, what we are going to discuss is about the live connections and versus extract connections. So how do we work with them? What are the differences? So we'll talk about them in the next session. So that's all here for today. And do you have any questions till now? Okay, I'm looking at the chat window.
What is this major minor HF?
Extract. Yeah, I'll tell you that. Transform and load. So the meaning of ETL is extract, transform, and load. I'll give you a very simple example here. Let's say I have the data here. This is one small database, and here I have another database here. So let's say I'm using the application, maybe very commonly used one, Amazon, Swiggy, Zomato, whatever it is. When you do any transactions from your mobile application, that details are stored in one database. And yes, now this database is getting every day, let's say every day I'm getting 1,000 records. 1,000 is very small number, just the assumption. And this database is getting filled up. Maybe after 2 months, the database is now almost full. Now people are trying to do more transactions using the applications. The data is getting filled in the database more. And one fine day, the volume is not sufficient. What should I do now? Now, generally, what do we do? If we have more data or more volume, we have to transfer the data from one database to another database. Then how do we shift our data or send our data from one database to another database? It is done with the help of the tools, and that tools is nothing but ETL. ETL is extract, get me the data from this database. You want to do any transformations, that means any conversions, and then you have to load it into another database. Because your main database is getting full day by day, so you have to take some old data and then you have to load that data into a bigger database, and this bigger database is called as data warehouse database. So data warehouse is nothing but a database only, but of the bigger size. If this is 10 GB, then this you can assume this can be like 1,000 GB. So if you want to transfer data, then it is done with the help of these tools. Okay, so hope you got it. And yes, madam, somebody was having a question, so please go ahead with your question.
What is this major minor HF?
Oh, the version numbering system. Okay, so generally when we develop any software, so we develop software, and when we try to publish it or when we try to release any softwares to the users, so we follow the versioning system here. So that's nothing but the version controlling system. And so we name them as, let's say I'm developing a new product, and let's say a mobile phone software. So I would say, yes, the version software, the version number is 1. So where me and my team are working on the software. Okay, I have built a software ready and the version is 1. So the name of the application dot the version is what I will release it to the customer. So if my application name is something like UC browser dot, so I would say, what is the version number I am releasing to you? It is 1. And then I started working on new features again. So when I sent this version to the customer, so customer asked me, hey, can you just add a few more features? Okay, then I will start developing those features. And yes, I'm ready with the new features which are asked by customers. Then I have to release another version. Then I will say 1.1. So the version number is 1.1. So one is a major version, and one is the additions which are getting from the customer. So when I released 1.1, so there is some defect. So there is some issue with my software. So customer says, hey, you have developed it, I got it, but there is some small issue. Can you fix it? Oh, then I will say, okay, sir, I will fix it. And once I fix that, now the version will be 1.1.1. So one is a issue which I am fixing it in this version. So every software, whatever you take, it can be anything, the browsers, the Word documents, the WinWord, or anything. When you open any version here, you should definitely find the help and click on that about Notepad, and you can see that so the build here they are talking about, this is the version number here. This is a major one, this is a minor one. So every software, whatever software you take it, it can be Android phones or it can be softwares, anything, it will have the version controlling system. That is more from the development point of view, but nothing to worry from Tableau point of view. See here also you can see this is the version which they are releasing. Edge is 44, and this is one number and this is another number. So here you have got four things here: major, minor, and then hot fixes, and then service pack. So every software will have this number. Okay, looking at the chat window now. Yeah, that's a good question. Who raised this here? Tarun Singh. Yeah. So if you want to receive the day-to-day updates here, what we are taking, so I have to create a drive, and I need to upload all the notes, the day-to-day activities. So I would definitely need your Gmail IDs, specifically only Gmail IDs. Right, let me store them in one folder. And if you don't share it, you will not get any notes. Let's say contacts for the drive. This is for the notes that you want to have. So please share your Gmail IDs. You will get the content which we are typing here every day, day to day. You will get it in the drive. So please share your email IDs. I see two email IDs. I'm just listing out here. So I'll tell you like how you get this. You will get only email once, but every day after the session, after half an hour, you can visit the drive. Okay, did I? Yeah, I made a note of it. This is the reason we take the email IDs. And also you will get the hard copies of the material. You have to collect it from the institute. And this is the day-to-day notes which we wrote, which we write in the classes here. Okay, did I copy everyone? No. Okay. All right. So did I add everyone here? Or no? Whatever I have. Yes, sir. Tarun Singh. Yeah, you can definitely get it through courier. So please talk to the admin, because I know people attend from different places. So you have to talk to admin, and they will definitely courier the material to you. You should get two materials here. One is for the Tableau Desktop and another one is for Tableau Server. Oh, I'm still getting the mail IDs. I just put all mail IDs here. So this is a one-time thing which we will do. Can you share recorded session? Again, you have to speak to admin, but the recording session will not be shared. But it will be shared in certain conditions, like if you cannot attend the session by any chance, then those sessions will be recorded and you can definitely get it. So sometimes you will not get the quality recording. There might be a loss of internet in between due to power loss. So that kind of scenarios, definitely you can get the recording sessions, but not everyday sessions, because people made misuse of that, and from that point the recording sessions are not given. So Tableau admin versus Tableau developer. So we are doing Tableau Desktop, means it is a Tableau developer, and when we learn Tableau Server, then it is Tableau admin. So we will say both of them, but the chances of getting to a job is Tableau developer most of the time. Okay. What would be the cost to do the certification? All right. So the certification comes in 3 levels, and level 1, it is $100. It is USD. You have to convert it to Indian currency. And the level 2 is of $250, and level 3 is of $600. So definitely do it. And it's very simple. So we will see all certification related questions in our day-to-day sessions. But you have to pay this separately. It's not part of the course, isn't it? Right. So this comes approximately around 7,550 rupees, approximately. Right, but day-to-day conversions. All right, so I have got most of the email IDs, and thank you very much. So I'll be creating a drive and you will get the emails very shortly. All right, so if you have not shared anyone, so please just share, otherwise you will miss the content. Can we complete within 45 days? No, definitely no, sir, because I can wind it up Tableau in 30 days, but you will feel that it is not helpful for you, because many people wind up in 30, 45 days and they will not be able to crack the interviews, because we have to go in depth for some very good concepts. So 45 days definitely not possible. I'm so sorry about that.
I have one question. Right?
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah. So actually, I joined in a little late today. So I joined in at 9 o'clock. Okay. So is it the first class today that we are doing?
Yes, yes, sir. This is the very first session, and please
Okay.
take the recording from the admin, because
Sure, sure.
we saw how to install Tableau. So that is very useful. So please take the recording after our hour.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So anything else before we wind up?
Hello?
Madam, please go ahead.
Yeah, I have a doubt in this data source window in Tableau.
Absolutely. Let me open that.
Okay. Here the near sort fields there are the like boxes, things and dots, lines. What are those?
Yeah,
Near
we'll
sort.
talk about. Don't worry, we'll talk about that. We didn't get started in this. So we have to
Okay.
see everything here. So even this, what is this? What is this? This is the sorting one. And one
Near
more.
near sort fields and data source. We will talk about that later, right? In later classes.
Oh, this one. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay, okay.
So different sorting order we
Mm,
have it. And
Okay.
yeah, we'll talk about that. But
Okay.
to answer your question, this is like the alphabetical order if you want to sort them. And if you say go to A, you can see that this is sorted in the descending order.
Okay.
And as per the table, so this is a default one, and this are almost same. But
Okay.
what is the sort order from the input? We just keep them.
Okay. Thank you.
The display purpose, but we don't do much here. We will do few things here.
Yeah, hi, this is Rob.
Hey,
Hello.
hello, sir. Yes, sir, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So my question is, what is the difference between this OBAE and Tableau? Actually, I am working on OBAE for about, I have around, I mean, 2+ years experience on OBAE. So what is the difference here? I mean, OBA and this Tableau.
It's different tools, sir. It's different tools for reporting purpose. Very simple answer.
Different tools in the sense, I mean, that is also reporting. So then, why we are going for Tableau rather than OBAE? I mean.
Right, because of so many features like connectivity, performance, you can work in offline mode. You can share your reports through different ways, and you can connect to cloud systems. You can work in cloud itself, and you can open your things in mobile. And this uses the very latest technologies, which uses the RAM, so the very high. So there are the features which makes different in terms of the tool.
Okay, okay, okay.
So both are fine. So this is the latest technology, which is very easy for anyone. That's how they build it.
Okay, so like in OBE, so we are going to extract the data from ETL, from the source system. So how we are extracting data in Tableau? I mean, is there same like we are using like ETL? I mean, between for data extraction of data.
Yeah, so generally what we do here is when you connect it to the databases here, we can write our own custom SQL statements back to the data from different databases. Otherwise, you have got the Tableau, a tool. This is a Tableau prep here. This is used as the ETL tool.
Okay, okay,
But this is not very most used one. But generally, we go for any other tools type. Then this is IS, or we go for Informatica to get the data from different sources. Then we put into the data warehouse database, and we connect from the data warehouse databases here. The data warehouse database.
okay, 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 okay. Thanks.
Sure, sure. Yeah, it's always good to know, like, why only Tableau? Everyone say Tableau, Tableau, Power BI. Yeah, so nowadays Tableau, but maybe after a couple of years, another tool. uh, we cannot say that Tableau is for 10, 20 years guaranteed. Not possible. So every now and then we are getting new tools with the different features. So we just have to move them to the new technologies. Okay. And all right, so anything else? Any other questions? This is the first day. All right, so I'm looking at the chat window. So we are fine. All right, thank you very much. We'll talk to you tomorrow, same time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.